Hello everyone, Jason Lilea back here again, and today is the final episode of Dragon Ball Daima, and this time around, Goku has finally transformed into Super Saiyan 4 and is now fighting up against King Goma. And man, this fight was absolutely beautiful. This episode is split into 3 sections. We got the first section being Goku vs. King Goma, and the animation, the choreography, the movements, it is just breathtaking. All the animators that have worked on this show from the very beginning to now has done an incredible job. All throughout these 20 episodes, there hasn't been one single frame of animation where I can outright say it is mediocre at best. All of it ranged from good to most of it being absolutely some of the best animation I've seen in Dragon Ball. This final fight between Goku and King Goma is absolutely incredible and showcases one of my, in fact, it's probably in my top 3 favorite Kamehameha blasts from Goku ever. Just the animation, the build-up, the payoff to it, just everything about it was just so fucking amazing. I loved this final fight. And that was basically the first section of the episode, and we cut to a little commercial break, and then the next section is of all the heroes now trying to figure out a way to take down King Goma, because Piccolo tried to knock Third Eye out of his head and he failed. He was able to get 2 hits in, but King Goma was able to smack him aside, and the Third Eye just keeps building up his power tremendously. And you would think, if you haven't seen Super, that all the characters are about to lose everything, because Super Saiyan 4 wasn't enough. Everything is turning black. It looks like King Goma is actually going to win. And all of a sudden, Ku has came out of nowhere after being swung everywhere by this energy blast that King Goma has just unleashed upon everyone. He's flying towards him. King Goma doesn't notice, and then he just smacks King Goma 3 times in the head. That knocked out the Third Eye, just like it was no problem. Honestly, everyone was saying we're gonna get fusion, we're going to get Gogeta coming, or Vegeta, or Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, this crazy stuff that honestly would have taken so much time to explain and won't have time to really pay off in one episode. Everyone was thinking all these crazy theories, and some of it was likely, I'll be honest, and I would have loved to have seen it. But honestly, the villain going out like that so pathetically was the most Akira Toriyama thing I could have ever hoped for. You could tell this entire show was truly a Toriyama-based project. He had a deep hand in the story, in the writing, in the character dynamics and decisions. And this is clearly Toriyama just setting aside everyone's expectations and then just doing his own little thing, because he loves entertaining the people with a lot of his gags. And this is honestly a really funny way to take out our main antagonist, who, when you finally look back at his old form when he is not with the Third Eye, he really is just a pathetic weakling, honestly. And I love this payoff. Honestly, it just felt right to end off this show like this. This is a entire adventure our characters are going through, and it's more lighthearted, probably one of the most lighthearted shows we've seen since the original Dragon Ball. It kept that exact same nature and tone, and I thought it was beautiful, and everyone was able to celebrate. And we then figure out that the person who was able to defeat the one with the Third Eye will be the next Demon King. And since Majin was able to do so, he becomes the next king of the Demon Realm and hires Rinsu as his vice king of the Demon Realm, and was able to hire everyone, give everyone else jobs to play some sort of part to bring the demon realm to its former glory. And he is just right for the job because he's just so good at heart. The thing about Rinsu is that deep down, we can see from her character development that she really is good-hearted, though her ambitions at first may seem very villainous and mysterious when we first met her. Still, at the end of the day, I think the reason why Ku and Du were as good-hearted and good-natured as they are was that deep down, Rinsu put a little bit of her good nature in them and almost raised them as sort of a mother figure throughout the show. And we see that come to a head here and how these characters all concluded. It was just really heartwarming and tells a lot about how much Goku really has an impact on everyone here throughout this entire show. To Dr. Rinsu, to the Majins, to Glorio, Pansy. All these characters have now been, again, affected in a positive way by Goku, who has been doing this ever since he first appeared in the first manga, Dragon Ball, written and illustrated by Akira Toriyama. Then everyone was able to head home, everyone was able to finally grow up back on Earth, and then they decided to make a little stop into the restaurant that we stopped by a few episodes ago with the old couple. And they find out that they're also selling a bunch of other demon eyes, third realm demon eyes, and just, they're all panicking. Because, really, Akira Toriyama had to put them through more pain once again. I just imagine them just immediately stomping on those eyes as much as they can to be like, no, we're done, we're going home, this is over, we're done fighting. It's just, this episode really did feel like a true ending for Akira Toriyama's work. Everyone was just thinking, what other crazy action scenes are we getting? We do get one crazy action scene with Super Saiyan 4, which is officially now Super Saiyan 4. And we see that he has now, once again, surpassed Vegeta. Basically, Vegeta and Goku's relationship end off as usual. And the dynamic they have at the end of the episode, and how Vegeta is once again jealous of Goku being able to surpass him once again, it honestly felt right. Especially considering where we see these characters next up in Dragon Ball Battle of Gods. Guys, this really was a really good finale. I don't think it is as good as the previous two episodes, but man, the action was on point, the humor was great, the ending was bittersweet, and I loved everything about this. Overall, Dragon Ball Daima was a great return to the Dragon Ball universe and a fun new adventure. Watching Goku turn into a child, and we get a lot of aspects from the original Dragon Ball coming back here, like the sense of adventure, the humorous tone, and the gags, mixing in with all the Z elements that we know and love, with the modern animation style that we have from Super, at least the good episode of Super, and Broly. Just so much of it worked beautifully in harmony. Not all of it worked. It can drag in the middle of the show, like some of the middle episodes can be a bit of a drag to get through, but I enjoyed each and every episode that this series gave us. I enjoyed all the characters, all the character arcs. This is not a nuanced show where there's a lot of deep character development, but it knew what it wanted to be. A fun adventure with Goku and his friends, going to a new world, facing off with new foes, going through a bunch of weird side quests and a bunch of weird side adventures along the way, trying to reach their goal, with a big final fight that was epic and beautiful. And I'm gonna miss Akira Toriyama. His work really did mean a lot to me as a kid, and to all of us, to the entire world. And it's sad that this is gonna be it that we'll see ever of Akira Toriyama's work. Really. It's like I'm blessed to be able to watch it and to be able to discover his work through Dragon Ball, like Dr. Slump, Sandland. Just, he is an incredible author, illustrator, an incredible storyteller in general, and I really am going to miss him. I already did when he passed, but now with this final episode, that's just going to linger on me even more. I love Dragon Ball Daima, and I'm going to give it an A. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.